I'm in Sheffield. The management is going to a gig for a band that she's followed for years, and I'm just got nothing better to do, so the nearest thing is the Botanic Gardens. This is called Halifax Hall, which apparently used to be a hall of residence for Strathclyde, for Sheffield University, but they've converted it into a really nice hotel. So that's where we're staying, and I think if I walk down here, down to the main road and along the main road, I get to the Botanical Gardens. And let's see what I can find there. I haven't been to Sheffield for more than 30 years, and most of what I remembered was it was very hilly. Of course, some of that was my own fault, because I stayed in London at the time, and the only bus I could get that would get me there in time got in about 6 in the morning, but the thing I was going to didn't open until about 9, so I had 3 hours to walk around Sheffield, which was hilly. Anyway, this is more student-y, residency sort of places looking up here. Oh. Yeah, right down to the main road. One of the things I remember from being in Sheffield back in 1990 was these sort of grey-yellow sandstone buildings, and also that they were building new ones with the same stone, which Glasgow didn't really do. Glasgow would knock down the sandstony things and put up anything. Whereas even 30 years ago, Sheffield were making a point of sympathetic buildings, which I thought was great. And that one there had a date on the front of 1989. So yeah, 36 years ago, bit of sandstone matches the old ones. Great. On the way here, there's a couple of shocking revelations. I'll refer you back to earlier me for a couple of them. Well, I don't know how this happened, but I seem to have 2 hash browns. Imagine how, I mean, it's a big beautiful breakfast. You might have heard of these things. People say these things. This is Killington Lake Services. It's fundamentally a lie. For that there is not a lake, it's a reservoir. Which is not an actual word. It's actually a reservoir, but let's call it a reservoir. So it's Killington Reservoir, not Killington Lake. It's wrong. And then the other thing was that somehow I managed to get myself onto this sort of mountainy road, some Snake Pass I think, which was entertaining. I'm thinking maybe not the ideal way to get to Sheffield, but sometimes sat-navs will do that to you. I was going to go this way and cross the turnstile thing there, but there's a zebra crossing just up there. Let's go do the sensible thing and use the zebra. In fact, I think there's a controlled junction down by the bigger gate, so I'll just go down to the bigger gate. Now that's a far more impressive kind of gate. Okay, push the zebra. Push the zebra. Push the... It's not actually a pelican. There are sensors up there, so that actually makes it a puffin, not a pelican. Can I remember what puffin stands for? No. Anyway, much more impressive gate. Code of conduct. Dogs in the lead, don't climb the trees, don't pick the flowers. Fair enough. Okay, in we go. Looks like the glass house is open too. Let's go have a wee swatch at the glass house. So the idea of this is it shows you how plants are adapted to different types of environment. These ones are for damp and humid conditions. These ones look fairly damp and humid too. There's a wee pond. Don't see any fish though. The fish in Glasgow Botanic Gardens came from Edinburgh. They used to be in the National Museum of Scotland, down the ground floor, but they got rid of their pond, so the fish got transplanted. Dry conditions. 1970s pampas grass kind of thing. Shiny leaves with a waxy coating. Oh, cacti. Cowboy movie, right there. Okay, so it's supported by the Assay Office, celebrating 250 years of hallmarking protection in Sheffield. No climbing, huh? Okay, works for me. I'll not climb it. Dorothy Fox Education Centre. Yeah. So if you need to educate Dorothy the Fox, you know where to go. If you know a fox called Dorothy. So this is an actual bear pit. Oh. And there's the bear. I checked this earlier. Yes, it's a bear pit, but they never actually used it for fighting bears because bear baiting was illegal by the time it was built. They did keep bears here in the early 1800s, but they were too expensive and nobody paid to see them, so they got sold. Now, we have to do the really important thing here, the one everybody needs. Yes, it's the bear bum. Yes, right there, the bear bum. Oh, looks like a bit of wire. Some sort of wire coated with something. Anyway, actual bear pit. Okay. Oh, they did use it for kind of a zoo as well, but again, it wasn't a big commercial hit. This is the evolutionary garden. There's a big fossilised tree stump in the middle there, and different stages of evolution trees around it. So bad news for MAGA. The Earth's not flat, evolution's real, the South lost, slavery's bad. Yeah. Anyway, that's the evolutionary garden. So while the management's off hobnobbing with the great and the good, what do I get? Well, I get a cheese piece in my lovely underground piece box, and cheese strings, and complimentary border biscuits. So, life's not so bad.